typically when people think about bill pay, they start with their inbox. At Routable, we have the ability to drag and drop files, forward bills to a specific inbox from your email. You can manually upload files in bulk. You can also auto import from your ERP or accounting software of choice, meaning that if I create a bill in QuickBooks, it will be available in Routable in real time. And then we also have an API. So if there's a need to process hundreds of thousands of invoices and bill payments per month, we have the flexibility to do so. I'm taking this view here today as someone who is working at a company that has over 1,000 invoices per month and 1,000 or so bill payments per month. And the reason I say or so is because you could always batch invoices into a bill payment. What I wanted to start here just to show you, well, we OCR'd all of these invoices and we applied some AI and machine learning on some of them, but I always like starting from a new vendor. So I'm going to click into Canon. I see that we recognize the name of this vendor and so forth. We recognize in real time that this vendor does not exist in NetSuite. Right? I can actually go ahead and search for it as well. But at a high level, we recognize that this vendor doesn't exist. And what we want to do is at high level, I would say like Canon, I'll just make this up, Electronics Incorporated. And then maybe I want a similar name in NetSuite here with a specific ID because some accountants like the ID. Then we'll also ask you for the country, and you'll see that we'll update it accordingly. With all the integrations that we support both base currency and multi-currency sync. And then here, I'll just have Anna's email. So I'll say anna@canon.com. Obviously, it says anna.navarre@routable.com. One for that. And then I'll go ahead and enter that as my contact.
And if you pause in this screen right here, I really like how so many apps, you put something in and you're crossing your fingers, it syncs to the accounting system some way. You're showing the fields in the accounting system, like this is how it's going to show up as your NetSuite vendor profile. Like you have the fields you're going to sync to showing up in the UI at the same time. Really like that.
Yeah, and if you can see here, I can call it Canon on Routable. The display name is whatever you want it to be. The legal name that I report to the IRS can be Canon Electronics Inc. And then in NetSuite, I can post it as something different. And I think that that's the thing that's really important. Each team does things differently. Right? By the way, we can support payments to 220 countries and territories in 140 currencies, and we can typically give you the best rates. So just as a heads up. One more thing that I wanted to note, and I missed here, David, is that we're checking if anna@canon.com is a duplicate for what it's worth. So we don't want to just check the vendor. We're going to check if it's a duplicate based on the vendor name, the legal name, the contacts that could be associated with another vendor, the bank accounts that are registered, and so forth. We want to create as much limitations as possible. And if for some reason you do not want to collect a W9 or a W8 from a vendor, you can exclude them here.